Alright guys, so a bit of a different video today. I decided to do a how-to video on how to fakie manual. Everybody always asks me like, how do you fakie manual so good or whatever. Really it's just all practice. Like up until last year I couldn't fakie manual at all, and I literally did it like every time I was at the skate park. So yeah, it's mostly just practice, but obviously there's a few things that you can know that'll help you out a little bit. So I'm just going to show you a few tips to make it a bit easier. So yeah, we'll get right into it. Alright, so obviously the first thing you're going to need is a back wheel that is a free coaster. Now if you're completely new to BMX and you don't know what a free coaster is, basically it's just a wheel that allows you to roll backwards without having to pedal. And you can pick those up for from anywhere from like $150 to $300 and up. But if you can get a good complete wheel for like $200, and it's not gonna cost you too much, so save up your allowance money and buy yourself one. And that's really all you're gonna need to be able to do fakie manuals. Now as far as skills go, obviously you're gonna need to be able to manual going forwards. If you're not proficient at doing manuals going forwards, you're gonna have to practice that. You should be able to confidently do manuals in either direction. You know, be able to hop over obstacles while you're in a manual and that type of stuff. So yeah, make sure you're good at doing that, practice up on that, and then you can pretty much just get right into fakie manuals. Now a lot of people, I think what they want to try and do is just like learn how to hop into the manual right away. But that's honestly the hardest part. Getting in and out of a fakie manual is like the hardest part of it. So I would just like skip that step altogether. So basically just find yourself like a flat area or even your skate park, and just practice going back and forth and trying to pull up into a manual. I found this empty tennis court, so I'm just going to show you a couple different ways that you can get into a manual. If you have a ramp, like a rolling ramp, you can just ride up it and obviously roll fakie down. But if you don't have that, you can just do a flat 180 and then pull up into it. So I'll do a couple different fakie manuals and show you different ways to get into it. Alright, so once you've learned how to keep your balance up and down, I'm sure you've noticed it's kind of hard to turn doing a fakie manual. It's actually pretty much exactly the same as going forwards, it just takes a bit more effort. So if you're the type of person who does a regular manual with their front tire really close to the ground like this, like if you have long arms like I do, it's probably easier to try and put your weight back a little further, because when you're trying to turn, you have to use your back tire as like a pivot. So you're going to shift your weight from side to side so you can turn like this. And it's easier to do that when you're up higher as opposed to down here. So try and keep your weight a bit further back. And yeah, basically just practice trying to shift your weight side to side. So I'll show you a bit of that to give you kind of an idea. Alright, so as you can see there, I basically use my waist as kind of a pivot point to turn with. So you just want to shift your weight back and forth, using your arms a little bit to try and wiggle your way back and forth to stay straight. And that's also how you can turn side to side. I actually learned that from watching Devin Smiley's edits. So definitely check out some of his edits. He's got some crazy fakie manual skills. That's how I learned to turn, was just by watching like the technique that he used. So yeah, just check that out and just keep practicing. You'll get it eventually. Honestly, it took me quite a long time to figure out how to do it properly. So yeah, just keep practicing and don't lose hope. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.